Random geezer that started painting trash in the streets about 7 or 8 years ago. I've been writing graffiti much longer than that. I started writing graffiti when I was 16. That's about 20 years ago. Yeah, some years ago I started painting trash on the streets because I was so used to tagging that I just wanted to tag and to write all the time. So I figured a good way to do it in daytime is to write on trash, because nobody can really arrest you for painting trash on the streets, and there's plenty of trash on Berlin's streets. So I started painting fridges and old windows and wood, or just some stuff that people left on the street. And I thought it's a great way to kind of re-socialize trash, stuff that people just throw away, and to kind of give it a meaning just before it dies, before it goes to the before it gets burned or buried. And I love the idea of doing art that is not really kept or is put into museums or into these kind of zoos where people look at it and they know what to expect. I just really like the idea of doing stuff that is kind of unexpected, that people would just walk into, and it would somehow correspond to their life or not, you know. At first I didn't even know if it would correspond. I just did what I wanted to do. I just wanted to write and to paint all the time, so that's what I did. And somehow at some point people started collecting it, and all of a sudden here I am, being Europe's most collected artist with over 1,000 single individual pieces in homes in Berlin. The first tag and throw up I wrote when I was 16. It was on a skate spot where I used to hang out and skate with my friends. And at that time there was really nothing on the street. The only tags you would see was from GIs, from soldiers that were stationed here and that were like into graffiti back in New York or in the United States, and they came to Germany, and they were the first ones to tag. Right now I'm working on some paintings I have to do until tomorrow for the art fair in Cologne, and yeah, it's something I started just last year because my gallerist really demanded to do some work that he can actually sell. Because before I've been only working on walls and on installations and stuff that wasn't really any good to sell, because I've been working, as I said, on the streets for free for like 8 years now, and I've done a lot of paintings, and I'm still doing it every day, you know. So that's for free, that's for people to take home, but that doesn't pay you any bills. So I actually figured that doing canvas is not that bad, that it's totally different from what I'm doing on the streets, because it's not as spontaneous, it's not as random as what I'm doing on the street. But I can work with colors, and I have more time, and I have another approach to it, and it's a challenge. So I do designs as well. Like last week I did a shirt design for the Racine Europe tour for a punk band from New York. And I love the idea of having like a temporary piece of art, just something that people wouldn't even recognize at first, and then they might recognize it, and then they might build a relationship to it, but then it would be gone from one day to the next, when the cleaners would pick it up, and they would kind of feel the loss. The concept of what I'm doing is about losing stuff, It's about trying to give away stuff and not trying to kind of be attached to it. You know? There were two solo exhibitions I did, and that was The Art of Losing It and The Art of Losing It Again. Both exhibitions were like really executed in a very suicidal approach. I had to go out on the streets and just get stuff, you know, just organize stuff, steal stuff, pick up trash from the streets and work with that. And it was really extreme, you know. It was really trying to focus and to stay on that flow just to get it all done. And yeah, it's nice, you know. It's like a really cleansing experience. You get to the very borders of your intentions, you know, when you're up for like 4 or 5 days and you're just working and painting all the time, and it makes the whole experience of the exhibition a lot more dense and intense, instead of just preparing stuff and carrying stuff that you prepared at home to a place. That's how I really enjoy or like working, is when I do exhibitions or when I do solo shows. I don't really want to prepare stuff. I want to do it like right in one big workflow, so that it has like one intention, that it defines the room, the whole room, you know. Street art for me is like one major reflection of just doing stuff, you know, getting rid of stuff and letting it go.